Oh, greetings. Just wait for YouTube to awaken. Freeze it. I forgot one other thing. Hello, greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining us for it's like 11:30 tonight, Friday night. Let's see here. As for connections, as usual, we'll just leave it open for whoever has a message. I connected. I felt the, yeah, not one of your normal, but connect to the Donkey Collective. I'm not sure how far we're going to go with that. Oh, greetings. Oh, Bob. Oh, Bass. Greetings. So as for how long this is going to go, it's hard to say. Let's see here. Before we start, though, what's going on in the news? Let's see. Do I have this set up right? The Sun Valley is I have to be somewhere else. The tech people are the tech billionaires, whatever it is, are getting together in Sun Valley. I think they're still getting together. I think it's for this weekend. If you don't know anything about it, here's just Sun Valley. Just basically, yeah, they're just if you don't know anything about it, they're just getting together. This is where they all buy different companies, and they're basically talking to each other and wheeling and dealing basically their world domination over us, the little people, basically. So anyway, I see a lot of this is a Zuckerberg's at this one. Your MySpace, not your MySpace overlord. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. This one's not so secretive, at least, but it is like in your face. Most people aren't gonna really care. I do see a lot of Archon energies at this thing. There's just a lot of programming humanity going on there. Of course, the Anunnaki, but I feel a lot of Archon stuff there for sure. So it's up to the people of how far they're going to go with that, but many are not ready to let go of any of that. So that is their deal. So with the Archon, obviously other beings are involved with it, but much of the Archon has a lot to do with materialism, relying on other people for resources. You can rely on yourself. Of course, you have to up your vibration, of course, as for feeding yourself through energy and things of that sort. Let's see. Basically, just leaving this open to see who comes through. Let's see here. Yeah, I had a couple of people bringing up subjects or beings to connect with. Of course, I have channeled messages also. I don't really go through that much anymore. But basically here, we just leave things open. All right, one moment. Do sense that some people, as usual, usually pick up when we do these. People afraid of the economy, worried about it, at least where it's going to go. Yeah, during the summer times, it can go up and down. Obviously, it does seem like it's rebuilding itself through manufacturing in certain areas. Don't listen to the stock market and all that. I don't think many people people do, but a lot of that's just a bunch of hot air, basically. A lot of that's Archon, a lot of that's Anunnaki, a lot of that's Reptilian. They know how to control people, so they're just using money to control people, as you can see. Like some people like October surprise. I do feel like some people are thinking like a September surprise of a great amount of negativity. I mean, there's going to be scandal here and there. It's just the way it is. But for the most part, I'm not seeing it. I don't know if there's anything coming. They're blocking it, but I'm not seeing it. I do see a lot of energies around the oceans at this time. Most likely, possibly earthquakes, but not like the tsunami. Yeah, little ones, little tremors here and there. As for not to say there'd be huge floods in certain areas, but you never know. Most likely, I'm not seeing that, but yeah, I do see it. I don't normally connect to something like that. I'm not seeing anything major, but you never know. Like, what was it? Indonesia, they got hit by an earthquake underwater, and Japan. So, of course, Japan was that was reptilian. So there's a lot of activity under the oceans for earthquake vibration energy. So send your energies there if you wish. Does seem like there is some instability there for some reason. As for where, this makes mostly in the Pacific Ocean right now. At this time. Interesting. Let's see what else we got. A lot of it is guarded. A lot of it, what's going on in the world, is shielded. Usually that's the case, but I've never really felt the bubble. They don't want the certain things to be tapped into for certain reasons, for timeline purposes, of course. People have to live their certain timelines that they signed up for, so it's protected in that regard. Not to say anybody's going to listen to me to like get on a ship and go off into the sunset. If something's going to happen, not to say I'm going to be able to pick up on that anyway. Not really. Not really. Certain events are just not going to. You just have to experience them. Let's see here. I am also feeling a lot of Venetian and Venus energies, whatever you want to call them. I call them the Venetians, so whatever you want to call them. I like that. Venus beings. I haven't connected them in a while. They are aligned with the Jupiter beings, of course, and they're all connected. They're all in the neighborhood, as you can tell. They feel like they are our forefathers of this earth. They took all of we took all of our teachings from these other worlds that are nearby and brought that knowledge here to create this world that goes backwards. The backwards planet. And obviously, even as this earth was being created, I believe, even in the early times, and this place is very unique. They saw, I mean, even in its like the Elohim and its Earth's creation through other beings, Elohim was involved with it. They saw where this world was going to go. Early stages, like they already saw, is like this world's going to go into third density, isn't it? I mean, truly go into the dark as we are in right now. That's what I'm picking up on. It was all predicted and all seen. It was and encouraged also because of the teachings that would come through this place. Because there's all these worlds are very unique. There are other third density worlds that are higher vibration. This one's not one of them. This is one of the lower vibrational worlds. As basically is like, yeah, we are building our own cages around ourselves. And I find that very fascinating. You put yourself in a cage, basically. But many are removing the prison bars. But some of them are putting them back because they're too afraid. But that's fine because there's reasons, some aren't ready to fully awaken because humanity is not fully awakened. But you still have that open door. They do say through pop culture is another way for awakening. There's several ways. Also, oh yeah, I got a message today. It's like about religion. It was like I was saying something like, that's definitely a big control. That'd be nice if that would be queered. That was another. I had another word for it, but anyway. And then I get this message from a reptilian telling me to go kill myself. It's like, jeez. It's like, yeah, if there's any prison out there, it is religion. Not all religions. Some have openings. Some are very spiritual, but still confinement is written around them. A lot of that is Anunnaki. There's different beings, of course. A lot of it's Anunnaki to keep the human at, yeah, the easiest way to tear down the power grid around, your power. Religion is the best way to remove your power of yourself, basically. It's a advanced mind control. There are other ways, of course, they have used, yes, but religion it's like you know you're powerful, but they have to keep on. They have to make sure they have a presence here to tell you that you're not powerful, that God's powerful and you're just nobody, and that's why you have churches everywhere. Yeah, it's just to make sure they got this grid over us. Yeah. It's like even if you don't believe in a religion or whatever, it doesn't matter. You're going to hell anyway, right? I mean, someone around is going to tell you off, basically, right? Yeah, it's an Anunnaki. It feels like it's mostly Anunnaki. It's probably other beings involved, but Anunnaki seems to be the strongest. They just it's like cutting us down from our power. So it's just to make us feel like a bunch of weaklings, a bunch of sinners, or no good, blah blah blah. That's reptilian. The no good part's reptilian. It's like you dirty humans or whatever it is. You guys don't amount to anything. That's reptilian. From what I'm saying, at least other people might be able to connect with it differently. As for religion, is a fear-based creation, but also like the Catholic Church is super reptilian. It's very yeah, they want to sodomize humanity basically. Like if it's all men, it's hard to reproduce, right? So of course they can't make that happen, but in some ways that's one way of doing it, from what I'm gathering at least, from what's coming through. Why do you think religion, at least the Catholic Church is all male? It's just to show, yeah, just this is the way to go. Who the hell needs, who the hell needs female? That's another way to cut down the female's energy, also. In the male domination, especially in religion, there's no female domination in religion. There are other worlds that are definitely other Earths, obviously, but other worlds also, from what I'm saying. So religion, this isn't the only place with religion. Of course, religion here is quite vicious. I don't think it's as vicious as other realities, though. It's done a lot differently. Here, it's very just, it's our way or the highway, as you can see. The control grids, yeah. So let's see here. Also, with food, we can actually live without food, from what I'm gathering. It with our mindset and vibration. Even in third density, I still think it can live without food. There's ways of doing it. People are doing it already. There are ways. Obviously, you need to feed yourself a little bit, but we're being conditioned to eat a lot. That is to lower us completely. I mean, food in general. I feel like we don't. From what I'm picking up, we don't really necessarily need food, but of course, you have to be at a higher vibration that we're at. It's just another mind programming. It's just there is going to be food anyway, but not as we have it today. So, like, you see all these restaurants, you see like McDonald's, Burger King, blah blah blah, whatever it is, or food store in general. It's all there to, in some cases, lower your vibration. It does seem like, I mean, obviously, we need food, but also, from what I see, as the energy levels of the Earth change, as humanity changes. Right now, I don't see food as bad, no, but I don't see bad at all. But it's Right now it's fine, but as we go up the vibrations, we will no longer need it. From what I'm saying, I'll be even going more for density vibration. It all depends on what you want to experience too. You can experience whatever you want, but also if you wish you have food, you know how to keep elevate your energy where you're not at a lower density. Because people eat here, they still have a higher density. You know, than most third density people have more fourth density vibration. Some people are either way. Hopefully that makes some sense. Basically, people that have a fourth density mentality still consume food, still keep that vibration up. So that to say, if you're going to eat anything like a cracker, you're going to lower your energy. No, but it's just another way to keep the masses under control. Basically, food is another way of keeping us under control, as you can see. But you can always reverse that. But that's all. It's many things. Many things have to be in play for at least humanity itself to change. So, yeah, I'm seeing like restaurants and all of that will eventually be removed from what I'm gathering. I mean, you can still have it. It just will be a lot different. Yeah, it'll be totally. I'm not sure how that works. They're not giving me a full indication anyway. Uh, anyway, let's see. Also, sleep will eventually change. Also, we will need less sleep. For right now, we're yeah, as you see, we're in wartime because we're at this. If you see all this negativity here, I want to call it wartime, and technically it is in some cases. Basically, because you see the low vibrations are winding through here, it's like a wave. You know, it's not always down, but it goes up, it goes down, da 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 da. Yeah, sleep will change, food will change, everything will change. Obviously, probably heard this in other places. Um, but what all comes down to, from what I is the family. It starts in the family unit. The family changes, not care what other people think. Just do what the family. It does help. Of course, a family can be a different version. It could be friends, can be whatever, can be one other person, whatever you consider family. And you follow what's right for you, and not care what everybody people say. People with the low vibrations of their density are obviously Anunnaki controlled Archon. Most of his Anunnaki seems to be the strongest. Archons make things difficult, but the Anunnaki seems to be the main mind control system. Of course, where reptilians are involved, they'll add their little tidbits to it. Gray, everybody. But anyway, there's a lot of positive around it also. But it does seem like, at least for the low vibration, the Anunnaki seems to be the most clever of them all. From what I'm gathering, they trick you into thinking being in this way is the right way. When it comes to find out, it's you're just putting yourself in prison, basically. It's like you go to jail. Like you just go to the hot. They find a way of sneaking you into darkness, basically, and they make it trendy. Obviously, the elites like the Anunnaki because of their trickery. They don't like the Draconians because if they screw up, the Draconians take it out on them. I'm bringing them back. Notice the elite. Well, anyway, I'm jumping all over the place. The Venetians say, let's see here. We will find ourselves, we have to let go of, they say, ignorance of yourself, that you're an infinite being. Many are very conditioning themselves. Like, that's not real, and shut themselves down. They go back into their home of safe that's actually a prison. It's like, that's not right. And they put themselves back in jail, but it's a nice looking jail, isn't it? It's like the jail has been made so comfortable, and some sort of, just has, because a world where you are, focused on your job. I mean, nothing wrong with working, but here we are, if you don't do it, you starve to death and die, basically, unless you got something going on. As a lot of aliens want to reverse right now is the job situation also, where if you don't want to be a part of this, that's fine. The idea is to raise your vibration. and find what's right for you. It doesn't mean you have to go to get a job at McDonald's or whatever. Just what's right for you, basically. They want what's right for you, whatever it is. That goes for everybody. And that's letting go of the old ways. Many are having difficulties letting go. Obviously, everything has to be done slowly uh, for certain, for infrastructure and all that. They do say we can build highways with our minds, obviously. When you go to higher vibration, you won't know, like I said, when you raise your vibration, knowledge will just start dumping right into you. So you know how to build cars. We'll start to get more of our knowledge from spirit, basically, through the Akashic records. Become more knowing of what's going on. They also say those that are very negative to you on your path. Not just it doesn't matter. It's like, let them say what they're going to say. You see them, most likely you'll see the control around them that's going on, the Archon, Anunnaki, whatever it is that's running their show. It's making whatever being is keeping them in a negative state of mind is making their prison look really fancy right now. It's like, man, this is a great jail I put myself in. This is what I call normal, a normal prison. So, basically, freedom will come to you when you're ready for it. Many are not ready for it yet, obviously. Let's see here. Yeah, the Venetians have been here for forever. They used to be called Atlanteans. So you'll find some, if you connect to Venus, you feel a lot of Atlantean energies. Atlanteans are everywhere. They're on Uranus, they're on Mars. Well, I'm not sure about Mars. Mars is kind of complicated. But it does seem like there are Jupiter and other planets around here. There's also Nibiru, Anunnaki world. Yeah, that's there, but it's not going to be seen anytime soon. Yeah, it's there. They know about it. So yeah, these people seeing these things, it's true. Unlikely it's going to show up anytime soon. We're not ready for it. And won't cause cataclysms here. I believe it'll actually bring us more knowledge. So just another part of first contact. As more people connect, they'll be able to connect to it in a more positive way. They feel it's more negative. That's just a fear mongering. I'm not seeing a negative around it. But I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon either. I don't believe there's anything wrong with connecting to it. It's shown as a negative because like it'll connect to us and our oceans will go crazy and all that. I think that's something around those lines. I don't think that's going to happen. A lot of our politicians are Anunnaki brought here to control humanity. But that is changing ever so slightly right now with this the Trump administration at this time. There's a big question mark on where it's going to go because of the manipulations going on. I mean, it's going in its right course, but there's so many beings that are trying to trip it and go in a direction to take us to a new era, basically. But the new era, many are not ready because the old ways. So like the comedians are bashing Trump and all that. Not to say that, whatever. I see a lot of that changing, meaning that the old ways of funny will change. The old ways of being human will change. Not to say Trump's going to do all this. I mean, we're all part of an era. A new era is opening. It's like 2012, we can say. A new era, dawn of a new age. Dawn of a new age is increasing its energy field. It's getting a lot stronger. Things are not fully, as you can say, it's slow. It's got to be. But it does seem like the old mindset is like, how when you look at your grandparents and stuff, it's like, man, if they only knew, if they only knew, look what we got now. We got Netflix and McDonald's in our backyard, whatever. That's so great. But you know what I mean? It's like, even in our time, I believe more people start looking back right now at how people are. As that's the old ways. Like, how can you guys think like that? I think, I believe that's already been going on, obviously, but that mindset's going to increase as a change of era. The change of, I don't know if I'm pronounce that era. It's our time is changing basically. The mind is changing, the body is changing. Let me say the body will start to change also. The bio, at least the looks. Every time a human looks a certain way, it does seem like we might start looking a little bit more alien-like to some degree. I think our DNA is being it's always being modified. It seems we're going through another modifications, from what I'm gathering. As for weight loss and all that, I'm not sure about eventually, meaning where you have more control over your body weight, basically. Basically, you can shed it with your mind, from what I'm saying, or add it with your mind if you want. Don't necessarily have to have food consumption to do so. We got a while for that, but it does seem like that's where we're going to. We got to get more. Yeah, when you connect more to your spirit energy, some are already doing it, obviously. Not all of us, but sometimes it always meant to do that either, but it does seem like you can become more. I'm not sure about height. Like, can you change your height throughout your life? I imagine so. I'm not sure if we'll be there any. Are gonna be there anytime soon. I'm not sure about the height thing. Yeah. Anyway, that's out of my league. I don't think it's that important, but anyway, like for body weight, you'll be able to connect more with that. I'm not sure about now, obviously. Well, yes, but this one is going to get easier. At least 100, 100, 200, or 200 years from now. So what I'm gathering is just right now we're in the tipping stage of transformation. As for Alien becoming more known in pop culture, is rising. As to the truth of it, not just as you have the non-genders, fluid genders, soon you have alien genders. That will find itself here eventually. It might be another 10, I don't know, it might be 10, 20 years, maybe sooner than that. It's hard to say. It does seem like we're going in that direction. It's whatever people are ready for. No, you never know. Maybe sooner than. No, I don't think people are ready for it yet. Well, what I see is that people are starting calling themselves Palladian, Arcturian, human Palladian, human Arcturian, you know what I mean, et cetera, reptilian, whatever you feel connected to. Naga, elephant, whatever it is. Elephant, that's gonna be a fun one. Might be a while for that one, but the donkey. Oh yeah, to add the donkey stuff, I just see a lot of humor from the donkeys. I also see a lot of people are lazy because they have donkey energies because they feel less fulfilled. Donkeys are actually quite humorous. They're actually the comedians of the universe. Um, some frogs are a lot way too, but also the donkeys they're laughing their asses off. But also notice how they move really slow. It's just done on purpose. They're not fast and never intended to be. Because they like to go about things slow. They just there's no reason to get anywhere fast. They also teach people patience. So people or souls incarnate with them to learn patience, basically. They do have very slow environments. They're not. I don't think any of even a lot of the alien stuff. It might be a little bit faster, but still slower than other realities. Because there's no where you're gonna go. It's like, what's the point of all that? So they have a different perspective. They also deal with a lot of reptilians, different beings. Reptilians, they get on the reptilians' nerves all the time. Some reptilians want to like rip them off the face of the universe, but because they can't. Well, I'm seeing from a donkey's perspective, they're always humorous. So it's like no matter what you do to them, they're going to find humor no matter what. It's like they're always going to have a smile on their face and they just look at the positive, whatever it is. For the most part, most of them like this. Some of them, for the most part, does seem like a very positive race. So that's one of the reasons they're here. Well, they're here for someone to rely on, basically. You can always rely on a donkey. Not here to tell jokes. They do have a positive energy around them, just like a horse. I think they're another version of horse, pretty much, right? from what I'm saying. The donkey is just a very just a calm energy, and they are obviously all animals here. You know, they all have a different vibration. They learn from us, but also to help us evolve little by little. It's like there are alien helpers here, obviously, but they're in disguise. You know, they're aliens, but they're in disguise. It's like, you know, we think that, oh, there's no aliens, and yeah, they're all here, and yeah, insectoids, whatever. And it's what's what the gag of insectoids are. Usually, they're a hell of a lot bigger, and they have to kick our ass. It's funny how they're small, and they're still kicking our ass. Normally, they're huge. All of them, even yeah, all of the ants, whatever. They're usually freaking monsters. And they're just they pick on humans all the time because humans are not always friendly to them. So it has a lot of universe, you know, issues with insectoids. Some are very peaceful, of course. Some of them are not. And it's funny how they're here, small, but still picking on us. It's funny. It's you know, things haven't changed all that much. Um, Because usually, it's, you know, you can keep out other animals, but can you truly keep an insectoid out of your house? Not really, or anywhere where you live, for that matter. They're always going to find a way in, right? That's funny because that's usually how they operate. Even the larger ones, they'll find a way. So, and they can also change their sizes. They can make themselves huge. They can make themselves small. Whatever. They're just it's funny. They all have this, a lot of them have a pretty good sense of humor. Also, just some are very menacing, as you can tell. But it's all good. There's all positive, negative, obviously. Let's see. Arts Collective. Eventually, we are like in a time of innocence, also because we're not aware of what's going on. Obviously, throughout our history, we've been very harsh to each other, and we still are, but we're getting better. Things have gotten better, and it will get much better over time. This is the time they said in the next 100 years, things are going to be opposite of where they are right now. People will be more positive to each other. We are finding that. Also, showing clothes will change drastically. To help our vibration. Also, we're just going to use new materials that would be start creating. Like a glass, kind of like I'm seeing shiny type of stuff, but not basically has a glare on it, but not necessarily like shine, like, you know, like I can't see, but kind of glary, kind of it glares a little like, I don't know, kind of like Back to the Future 2, where Doc had a tie that was kind of a little bit shiny, a little bit of has a reflection around it, whatever material it is made of, something like a silk, but I don't know anything about fashion, but anyway. It does seem like it. I'm just seeing more clothing like that. I'm not sure what that all means, but oof, doesn't matter. Just our mindset's going to change. We're changing already. So I think in the next 100 years, from what I'm gathering, a lot of it is going to be. Well, first of all, a lot of it's not going to be here. We're going to be more mellow to each other. We'll get there eventually. Technologies will obviously be better for fossil fuels. That will still be around from what I'm seeing. Not as strong, but it will still be. Also, there'll be alternatives to electric cars. I think something else is going to be eventually finding itself here. It's got a while for that. Electric cars have become more popular, but there's other technologies. I think water can be used. Also, I think water is. I think other things. I think water or hydrogen, if that makes sense. I'm just seeing like steam type. You know, I think hydrogen makes more sense if I'm reading that right. I'm going by my own whatever. I'm not getting. They're not telling me a whole. Well, they're telling me, but they're not telling me. Interpreting kind of. I'm feeling more hydrogen type of. I'm not sure. I have to look that up. But anyway, just more. Just. I think I've seen this. Yeah, where either way, it comes out like it comes out of your tailpipe, like just water leaking out of your tailpipes. It's very clean for the environment. I do say it's going that direction eventually. As for when, the next 100 years, probably a little bit longer than that. It'll be a lot longer than that, but it does seem like we're going in that direction. Let's see. The next 100 years, also feel like many are going to connect more with Venus and other worlds, become more known to at least through spiritual vibrations. Basically, the spiritual community, at least from now in the next 50 years, we start connecting more with aliens between now and 50 years. So obviously, it's not going to happen overnight. And become more so. Yeah, between now and 50 years. So it's going to start sprouting here and there, becoming more of the norm. Right now, it's kind of like a no-no. It's like, yeah, it's here and there, but not really. So it does seem like that's going to be, uh, yeah, aliens will become more known. Angels will be understood more. Also, they're not very well understood by some, by most of it. It seems. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody. It does seem like I also see more spiritual like centers opening up in certain places in the world that become more as this all becomes more accepting. Um, Not a place that you live. Oh, some place. I don't see where you live. That'll come. That's already around, obviously, but more spiritual centers where people can get more healing. That'll be 50, get more 75 years from now. Yeah, we're not there yet. Uh, 75, I'm getting more 75. So this is a prediction video now. Let's see. No flying cars anytime soon. No hoverboards. Not what you see in the movies. No, we're not ready for that. Unlikely, especially insurance and all that. And just it's not really makes any sense. It'd be too expensive if they. No, we're not ready for any of that yet. A lot of the TV, the major TV networks, a lot of them are going to start to go away. They're going to turn into other programming. They're all going to be forced on the web. It does seem like more of your television. I think the television will become more of the internet eventually, more internet based. It'll mostly stay where it is. It become more internet influence. Let's put it that way. It's already kind of, but they're kind of like the internet's going to pretty much as it is right now. More video stuff be on the internet, so that influence goes more into your regular, like ABC, NBC. They still feel like kind of the giants right now. More of the internet content is going to start influencing them heavier. 10 to 20 years, not fully there yet, obviously. You can already see it here and there. You know how TV started to become like cable started to do their own thing, and then regular TV started to copy that. I'm not even sure what I'm talking about because I don't watch TV anymore, but I remember them saying something like that somewhere. Anyway, let's see here. Movie theaters will stick around. Movie theaters will get more high tech. Movie theaters are not going away. As for movies becoming more direct to your television, before like going to going to your computer and theater, that will increase. You'll see, yeah, prices are probably not going to be cheap for that, but you can see your movie at home. That will get more reasonable. At first, it'll be very expensive, but they haven't fully rolled it out yet. 10 to 20 years, they're going to get more. Feels like 10 to 20 years, they'll get more into that because they're going to have to. But also, movie theaters are going to start improving themselves greatly. I see a lot of them being torn down, a lot of them being rebuilt. Less people, nicer atmosphere. Same price as whatever it is of that time. But I believe that we'll eventually crack it where you can watch movies at home. That'll be super expensive. But also they'll find a way to lower that price. That's going to be a while. So it's going to be very expensive, like $50 or something like that to see a new release. But many will find it as it worth it, as it'll be worth it. I'm not getting 100% on any of that. It's kind of up in the air. But it does seem like they're going to be forced into. They're going to have to. They're already doing it here and there through Netflix and Amazon. It's going to get more of the major movies, like the classic movie Transformers, will be stream. They're going to do blockbusters eventually because they want to get more money out of people in different ways. Like, hey, we have this. Let's try it here. We'll try it there. We're going to try it here. They're going to start experimenting with it. Between 5-10 years, they're going to. It feels like 5 to 10 years. They're going to crack that. They're going to have to because more people are not going out anymore because the theaters suck. So, but that's all going to change. It takes time for everything. Why am I talking about any of this? To deliver you propaganda. Anyway, yeah, like what happened in the music industry, that's pretty much standard right now. The movies haven't truly gone through it. They're kind of sort of going through it, but not really. They're going to get hit harder over time. Like like you have MP3s, now you have iTunes or whatever. You got Spotify. Movies are kind of going through. They have not fully taken the full leap. They're going to have to eventually. I'm not seeing any of them going out of business anytime soon because they have money from other companies, but they're also seeing that people are changing their habits. The habits have not fully changed yet. We're still in the kind of the early stage of it. That's going to it's going to be a while for that to. They're going to have to change things when they get their hands forced. And this is going to be what they're showing me is like this is like the new version of TV. TV came out, everybody's scared of it. It's kind of the same thing with movies being on your, at home. Like when they just come out, hey, now I can just hit this button, I can see the new whatever Star Wars 99 or whatever 1000 episode, whatever. And that's the same thing. It's the same fear. But I see it will actually help grow the movie industry. Of course, they have to make better stuff, but that's up to them. But I do see that help, but that's going to be a while. They're going to have to be forced into it. They already kind of see it already. But also, I do see an increase in quality will increase also. Right now, it's not there. Well, of course, sort of. See, resources and quality will start to change also 10 to 20 years. That's why I'm telling you all this. I don't know. That's the overlords here. And I feel it just be good for people to hear this stuff. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Well, what they also show about the weather, to show like a virtual weatherman or weather person, female, whatever. Like like a robot doing it. That'd be interesting. Yeah, they're showing like an android or a type of robot giving the weather. I'm not sure if that's anywhere right now. I'm just saying I am seeing the robot weatherman. What is a weather person? I mean, anyway, whatever. I see a robot doing it. Might be an actual robot. I think it'd be more of like a robot. That'd be really fascinating to see that. I'm not sure where we are with that, but it's coming apparently. I think they'll jazz it up where it will be acceptable. I don't know. An android might be a little bit too spooky, but a robot seems to be more acceptable. Somebody's going to try it. I think it's already in the thought pattern right now. I don't think fast food is going to change with kiosks anytime soon. You'll probably see more kiosks. It'll be more not robot, but computer and automated for fast food places. But obviously, got to keep people to actually cook things. They were nowhere near the robots cooking stuff yet. That's like 100 years from now. I would say 100. Maybe I doubt it. Maybe 50 years. I don't see it happen in 50 years. I would give it more of 100 years. Then again, you never know. But humanity, I'm just not seeing how they're going to let it go to that route. But you're going to see more. Let's see. What you guys got for me? They do say more about weather that we'll be able to. I think this will be more public, maybe 50 years from now. It's hard to say right now. Where the public will be able to access more of what's going on with the weather. I don't believe we have all that much access. Like you'll be able to see, you know, earthquakes, stuff like that, like tremors. I think you can to a certain degree, but from what I'm seeing, we'll get more access to it. Google might be involved with that, or some one of these big companies, to allow maybe people to know more what's to see things that's going on. And I'm not see. I don't think we're seeing it all. Just for as for why, I don't know. Just heck if I know. It does seem like the idea behind it is for climate change type of people. It has a lot agendas are behind it, but also I believe they're trying to prevent like to see things happen. More people see it more clearly. Let people see things like before they have. It was like, oh, there's a tremor in Haiti again. More people instead of getting the news afterwards, and people that wish to monitor this stuff. I think they can now, but I believe it became more mainstream. Like you have self-driving cars and stuff like that, and then you can go on Google and you can look up and spy on people and all kinds of like a stalker thing with your neighbor. You can be stalking the weather, from what I'm gathering. That's going to be some time. I'm not sure. Somebody's going to come up with that maybe 10, 20 years from now, maybe 10, 20 years. Somehow I have a reason for it and I have a reason for funding it, and somehow they'll come about. Maybe longer than that. I'm seeing 10 to 20. I'm seeing 10 to 20. It has its purpose. If you're a weather person, like the weatherman, I'm not sure how far that's going. I mean, I'm glad that it won't go away fully, but anyway, they'll still have man behind it, like for the weather, local weather and stuff like that. They're always gonna have man behind, but I do see a machine still, waving at stuff, and because the robots can't, they don't have to sleep, obviously, so they can do whatever they want. So obviously, you can have different people at different times, but it does seem I still see in the robot weatherman. That'd be funny. I don't know. It's just cutting back on people. I'm not sure. Trying something new. Going to the new age. Just different reasons behind it. Somebody's gonna do it, from what I'm feeling. Not to be creepy though. It's got to be cute. So it's got to be hilarious. That's what I'm gathering. It has to be something that won't freak people out. It's coming. As for when, who knows? I'm Nostradamus, if anybody was wondering. As for war, I don't. Anyway, I'm not seeing a whole lot of that. Of course, we got your skirmishes. A lot of what's going on in Syria is being covered up. I imagine you're aware of that. I'm not seeing a war with America and Russia. I also actually do see peace talks between Russia and America as becoming more of an alliance of, just basically partners, basically. Not just sell out, but just a partnership. Becoming more of a friendly place, basically. I'm seeing that definitely. Right now, it's kind of sketchy, isn't it? A little bit of sketchiness there, but it's all right. And China seems like it's going to be stable. Some people are seeing China's economy dumping into the ground. I see it being stabilized. Watch it crash tomorrow. I see it's being stable. Unfortunately, that's going to become more automated with machines, unfortunately. If you're looking for a robotics place, like country, it's going to be China. I think they're already doing it. I think Foxconn that makes the iPhones and put more robots in. Unfortunately, that's going to be more of that there. More China and the robots. They're going to be ones that. That's probably where the robot weatherman is coming from, because I know it's there somewhere. So it could be, but definitely where the manufacturing is going to be a robot city. Yeah, you might even. I think they have a RoboCop already somewhere. I've read that somewhere, but it's like a robot running around on wheels, like not doing anything. If there's anybody that's going to do robotic stuff, it's probably going to be China the first because they just want to cut down costs, get rid of labor. They don't care about people anyway. So rising costs, and of course America is very greedy, so the price, keep prices down. Yikes! Yeah, that's it's like some people are worried about having their phones made by slaves. Not gonna have it made by machines altogether. I don't think all the way can be made by machines, but they're working on it. So yeah, I might have a fully automated phone made by a machine. I believe that will be possible eventually. Jeez. Obviously, all these predictions are way in the future. Anything they're not interested in talking about anything like down the road because it doesn't really matter. Uh, well, not right now. They're going to put the illusion that they're already doing it now that voting is foolproof. Cannot be corrupted. That's a bunch of bullshit. But they're going to try. They're going to put propaganda around it. That, oh yeah, that's fine. Never be hacked into. It'll be fine. I still don't think Russia had anything to do with the hacking. If it was anything, I believe still China had a lot to do with anything. They can point it to Russia all they want. I believe China's and they're covering up a lot of China stuff, obviously, from what I'm seeing at least. Not to say China's the bad guy, it's just a lot of conflict of interests there. Let's put it that way. And it's funny though, a lot of it's American. It feels like a lot of American energies are over there too, causing a lot of the hacking. So that's interesting from China. So anyway, oh yeah, we're everywhere. You don't look like we're everywhere, but we're everywhere. Might not be so much in Russia, but there is in some cases, CIA and all that. Yeah. Obviously, South America is very much USA controlled. Even China, parts of it are, not all of it, parts of Russia. Yeah, it's like a second government there. Not first, yeah, it's like a dictatorship, but through the CIA or other government agencies from, it's amazing. So anyway, let's see here. Also, do see, I'm not sure where this is coming from. Like Trump will coast into the next 4 years. Basically, for his 4-year term, he's going to coast right through it. It won't be easy, obviously. He's going to coast right through it. When his second term comes up for a re-election, he might be too tired to even run again. It's possible. Because his health isn't going to be exactly in the best shape at that time. So I did see 8 years. It's still a high possibility, but not 100%. Either way, much change will be happening between now and 4 years. A great amount of change is going to happen. Sorry. So anyway. Yeah, it's something there. At first, I saw Trump 8 years, but now I'm seeing Trump 4 years. But anyway, it's not a big deal. Yeah, because it does seem like the elite are trying to cut him off there. They're not going to be successful in impeachment. I know they say he's going to coast right through it, but it's going to be a rough coast. They're going to beat him up. He's going to be like, if you can see him physically, he's all like black eye and all beat up. It's like, but a lot of it needs to tone down the ego. His ego is like out of control. So a lot of this is good for him because he's like, he bites, but other people bite back. He's like, whoa, that's a little bit rough. So he's still outspoken, obviously. But some of his ego has been bruised quite a bit through this, so he has calmed down his. There's a lot of people don't like him because his ego is just not likable. His morality isn't likable either. So a lot of that, I feel like it's something he needs to go through. He needs to be, awakened from. There's not a lot of things given to him. So, I think he'll become out a better person from what I'm saying. Not to say he's a bad person right now. He's not exactly perfect. He's not perfect, but public ridicule seems to be helping him out a lot. His ego has been really inflated for a long time. So This is why people are doing what they're doing, you know, making fun of him and all that too, because they don't like that ego that he has. So it is helping him in a lot of ways, from what I'm seeing. And I am seeing interesting another, yeah, spiritual side of him. I don't believe was there before. Not like it is. I think more of a spiritual side seems to be opening up more too. Because it does feel like his life is at risk in it right now. He never had that before, not like this. So that's a little bit scary to him, to a degree. I don't think he's that scared, but still kind of unsettled by it too. So anyway. Also, for last prediction, I do see obviously between now and next 50 years, a lot of different for tooth repair. That is really interesting, right? A lot of dental technologies are start spurring out. It's going to be a while. As for that become mainstream news is unknown, but obviously know that technology is going to change over time. Also, facial reconstruction is going to get a lot better in the next between now and 50 years, where you won't even realize that the person had a damaged face. It's really going to get better. So, you know, in the next 50 years, it feels like. I mean, you'll still see a little bit. Stuff is going to get really, really good. They're going to, like, synthetic, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, they're just going to be able to, the materials are going to get a lot better. And it's much needed. It's part of a lot of the alien technology downloads people are receiving. Anyway. All right, that's all I have for tonight. That went for about an hour. Yeah, who knows where this is going to go. I'll change the title to predictions. Of course, it's hard to see any of this stuff right now, but all of it's probably, some of it's probably obvious to some degree. Still waiting for that robot weatherman. Looking forward to that. Let's see here. For those that are new to all of this, oops. This is ivantoller.com. You'll also get to know more about your spiritual direction or where you're going to go in life. Spiritual, at least. It's private sessions. You have 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes. And this is a calendar, but you also can go through different methods, and also as gift cards if you're curious of what's going on. You also have questions. Where are you? Yeah, internet's been kind of hokey recently. And also you can submit a question for $5, and it's usually 5 minutes long. And you receive an audio file with the answer, and usually it's 1 to 5 days. So I'll try to get to it as soon as I can, but due to calls because of work and everything. Also, I have about page, donate page. If you'd like to help this broadcast continue, and you can join the webinar. Oh yeah, I'm having issues with the webinar. Of course, people sign up and they can't get into their account because I have a lovely webinar system here. So see if I can add some more details on that. That's for fixing that. Basically, just contact me and I can help you fix it. But yeah, I'm not getting much help from support right now. And also Spirit Social. Oh yeah, I forgot to change that. Anyway, these are my Ivan Toller services. Submit one question, past life regression healing, message from Yeshua, 5-minute healing, and channeling consulting. Spiritual connections, one question from a day, balancing from a day, chakra balancing, soul painting from Stephanie, and angelic Reiki from Miguel. So this is how I support the broadcast, channelings, and this is what helps others find healing in their direction in life. With the weirdness come through, bring in the weirdness. More things are going to start opening up over time. People start seeing more of the realities. It's going to increase every second, every day. So, much love, everyone. Thank you, and have a great weekend.